The Dayton Flyers football team beat Maris today 28-21 to go to 10-0 on the season, clinching a PFL title for the first time in the history of this year's senior class. 33 seniors were honored before today's game on Senior Day in the last home game of this 2015 regular season. The Flyers will head to Drake next week to try to get to a perfect 11-0 before they head into the NCAA FCS tournament for the first time. The Flyers will learn their fate in that tournament next Sunday when the pairings are announced. It is expected for the Flyers to travel on the road to a better seed for that first round matchup. Today, Tucker Yinger, running back, led the way with 237 yards. He did not have a touchdown. His running back mate, Jack Adams, did, scoring a 16-yard run in the first half. Quarterback Alex Jeske had a 7-yard run late in the fourth quarter to give the Flyers a lead, which they never gave back. He also threw the two-point conversion to make that lead 28-21, which became the final.
Unreal. I can't really put it into words right now. It still hasn't really hit me. It's something special.
The offense really moved the ball well in the first half. Second half, third quarter, kind of sputtered. What happened?
I don't know. We just kept getting 3 and outs. They're kind of keen. They knew what we were going to do. But eventually they kind of wore down and we were able to hit some big plays.
What was the difference on that last drive?
We approached it with the mentality that we were going to score and we were going to win that game. And I don't think anybody else had any other idea in their mind. So it's happened and we got the W.
That's all I got.
We were confident that we would be able to make a stop and win the game. So everybody was calm and we just wanted to finish the job. Send the series out on a good note and then the PFL championship.
What's it feel like to be wearing that shirt as a PFL champion?
I don't think it's really hit me yet. But it feels great. We put in a lot of work to go 10-0. We've had an unbelievable season and been able to bounce back from being down, being up. We've handled adversity very well, so it's just very comfortable.
Yinger.
You had a pick 6 to start the game. Was that, just to get off to a start like that, how much confidence?
Game is like this. The best part about this team is their poise. They don't panic, no matter what the situation is, whether we're behind or there's not much time on the clock or it's a 4th down situation. They don't panic. They just stay within the system and just do what they know they need to do.
You know, there was a lot riding on this game, but what was your pregame message to your team? Was the focus on winning the championship, or was the focus more beating Marist?
Well, throughout it was, hey, we got to beat a good Marist team. One of the aftermaths of beating a Marist team is having the PFL championship. And what I did, Nick, I had the banner, the PFL championship banner in the locker room here before we ran out. And that was the last thing I showed to him. I said, this team, 2015, deserves to have that number up on this banner. And I'm just glad that we were able to do that.
It came out strong, up 17-0 at the half. What adjustments did they make, and how did you counter in the second half to come back?
Well, some of their adjustments, I felt like they found a running play that was working for them, and we weren't playing well. That third quarter and part of the fourth quarter there, penalties, dropped balls, fumbles, had a touchdown on a kickoff that had to come back because of a penalty. Missed a field goal there, which was crucial when you started looking at the score there. So we just didn't play well. I don't know if it's so much adjustments. We just were not playing Flyer ball at that particular time.
To send the seniors out like this,
all hard work pays off here at the University of Dayton. These 33 young men that was back here 4 years ago, and we were 6-5. And they stuck and they kept working, and each year we got better. And we knew we had a good team here these last 2 years especially. But it just shows them this is the Dayton tradition. This is how you play, and this is the rewards you get. Thank you, Ned.
Coach, talk about your running yards. Tucker Yinger had 230. What was working so well?
Line blocking. That's what was working, was our line up front was opening up holes, and then, of course, our backs seeing the holes and getting through it. And then Tucker and Jack having the speed to get downfield there. Tucker's one of our fastest players, so it didn't surprise me that he was getting 40, 50 yards on a couple of his runs.
Now, red zone offense, you guys got down there 5 times, came away with points 4 times, but I know a lot of those were field goals, I guess. What do you think you guys need to correct for the next game in the red zone?
And we've been awfully good in the red zone lately. Touchdown red zones there. And that's one of our goals. That's a team goal that we have each week, to beat our opponent on touchdown red zones. And today we just didn't get it done. We fumbled. We didn't get the first downs when we needed it down there. but we were able to get some points at least one time there with Willie there on his field goal there. So we didn't come away with nothing every time we were there.
And then defensively, starting the game off with a pick six, and then, you know, kind of playing well most of the game. A couple drives, Maris scored a couple touchdowns, but overall, how do you think your defense played?
Defensively, I thought we played well. There was, like you said, that third quarter there, we just didn't tackle well. And when their backs are fast enough and strong enough, if you don't tackle, you're going to get yardage and get downfield.
What's it like playing in front of the Flyer faithful from your home opener to your home closer?
I tell you, I knew coming into today's game, the championship being available to us, 10-0 season, being at home was a big factor in that. It was. Last week playing down at Moorhead, that was a tough one. It was a hostile environment. But to be at home in front of our own crowd and to hear the energy and the music that's playing and everything, that's an advantage for us. That has helped us to win today. As important as the catches and the runs and the tackle was the home crowd and the energy that they gave to us.
As I said, the Flyers are 10-0, looking to go 11-0 next week against Drake over in Iowa. And the Flyers will be playing in the NCAA FCS tournament in a couple weeks. We will learn their fate next Sunday, and we will get that to you on FlyerNews.com as soon as we hear. For Flyer News, I am Daniel Massa.